Hey guys, what's up? It's Jasmine here. Welcome back to another YouTube video for you guys. So today's video is a video that I filmed a long time ago. Somehow lost the footage and then totally forgot that I had the document for this video, which is on my laptop right now. And then I just completely forgot about uploading this video. So now I'm redoing it, re-uploading it, just so you guys can have I can have some content, but then also just to inform you guys about, I guess, my college experience and everything about that. So we have another college video today, particularly things that I learned as a first year living in the dorms and just college in general. But there's gonna be a whole title, so things that I've learned in my first quarter of college / college advice for first year college students and takeaways. So this video is going to be divided in 3 separate parts. I have the pros of college, the cons of college, the expectations of college, the realities of college, and then just questions that I think you guys might have that I think would really help you. And then at the end, just little tips just to help my first years. I got you, for those of you who are kind of struggling with college and all that type of stuff. So I thought that this would be a good video to do, just because, like, if I would have had this advice, I feel like I would have had and not to say like I didn't have a successful first quarter of college. I feel like I would have had a more successful experience in not just one aspect, but in every aspect of the college experience, if you know what I mean. So yeah, let's just get started. And I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Please like this video if you like it. I don't know if you can comment on my videos anymore, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna put on the thing where you guys can possibly comment. So comment down below any more questions that you have, if you guys are first years, if you guys are college students in general, and subscribe if you guys are new, because this is the type of content I like to make. I like making college YouTube videos, or just college weeks of my life, or just like any type of like video that relates to college and all that type of stuff. So yeah, let's just get started. So I have my tea here because it's about to get tea filled. No, I'm just kidding. It's not. There's no tea. It's literally just like simple stuff. And yeah, let's just do it. Okay. So the first section I have of this little college Q&A is the pros. So I have 5 pros and about 4 cons. So for me, the pros of college outweigh the cons. And I would say that the number 1 pro that I didn't expect. Oh, first of all, let me backtrack. So if you guys don't know, I am a first year college student living in the dorms in San Bernardino. I go to California State, San Bernardino. I'm a first year. I am a health science with a concentration in public health education, and I live here in the dorms for privacy purposes. I'm not going to be listing the dorms, but shout out to all my SB people. Love y'all so much. So the number 1 pro about college for me is, which I didn't even expect, is the people. So if you guys don't know, I'm from San Diego. Been born and raised a San Diegan all my life. And for me, I've always been someone who's just been so used to into being at one place at one time. I've never switched schools as a kid. I've never been never studied out of the country. I visited, but I've never studied out of the country. I've always been in the United States, in California, and have always been so used to the American educational system and all that type of stuff. I've been West Coast all my life, and particularly San Diego. San Diego for the past 19 years is all that I've known in my life. And so for me, the biggest like most scariest part of college for me was the transition and how I would cope up with the transition, and whether or not I would be able to transition compared to all these other people. Little did I know that my campus, my school's campus, would be such a diverse campus, where people from not all cultures but all walks of life come here for one single purpose, which is to get an education and to graduate, and to do it in something that they love. And I'm surrounding myself with people like that every single day, which I never would have even expected. So for me, the number 1 pro is the people. I've met so many people both adults and, you know, just dorm students, or just like college students in general, who have become such close friends of mine. I cannot even begin to explain how much I have enjoyed being a college student here, other than like all the academics and stuff. Just being a college student, not only in the dorms but outside of the dorms, and just meeting all different types of people who really encourage you to step out of your shell. And I was not like that in middle school. I was never like that in high school. I went to an if you guys don't know, I went to a single-sex educational Catholic private school for 4 years, and then before that I was in the Catholic school educational system all my life. And particularly this campus is a diverse but also non-denominational, public, and is open to all cultures. It's open to everyone. So this campus is for the state. It's very big, and it's very, very, very big. It's now co-ed for me. I haven't experienced co-ed since elementary. For like 8 years. For 4 years, I haven't experienced co-ed. So it was so different for me coming back, and just the whole transition in general, going from San Diego to San Bernardino, overall was just what really scared me. But when I met a lot of people who were also commuting, I met my specific culture, which is I met more Filipinos, and I met you know, people who dorm here. I just felt like I belonged to so many subset communities, but I didn't see them as communities. I saw them as family. And I'm just so grateful that I am able to be part of, you know, that unit. And I'm just so grateful overall for all the people that I've met. And I feel like there hasn't been one person overall who hasn't turned me away in anything, whether it's help in class or help just finding directions, even if it's strangers outside of this campus. Just San Bernardino in general, they're just, the people here are just crazy insane. They are nice, they're so warm, and I just completely am so grateful and blessed that they have come into my life, whether I've known them for a little bit or have known them my entire life. And I cannot even explain to you guys even more how much it really just, it makes me feel like I'm not from a different city. I am from here. I've been here. And that's what it feels like when you come from a new city and all that type of stuff. Like, you want to feel like you've been here your whole life. And I feel like I have been now. And I've only really been here since September of 2019. October, November, December. Only been really here for 4 months. And I feel like I've already adapted to the weather, to the culture, to the scenery, to the people of San Bernardino, which I never even thought I would be doing. And I just am completely enjoying myself and all that type of stuff. So number one is the people. Number two is the facilities. The facilities here, particularly in my school, are just, there's so many different types, and for me, like, the names are very not so much familiar, so you kind of need to have like, oh, what is this again? Like, it's all that type of stuff when I first like trying to find my classrooms and all that. So it's like being proactive and all that type of stuff is really, really nice. I recommend that for college students. If you really, particularly for those who go to a college where their campus is very big and they have a ton of buildings, and then you kind of just figure, oh, which is the science building, which is all that type of stuff building. So you kind of just need to figure that all out. But for me, my campus has a gym, or they call the rec center. They have an international building. They have many different types of dorm buildings. They have what's called, my school, they call it like a common area, which is like a food place and all that type of stuff. So I really, really like that. And it's just so, you can see it once you've been there. I already know, oh, your classroom is where? I got you. It's College of Education. It's right there. All that type of stuff. So it's very, very awesome that it's very close. And dorming in here on top of that makes it even more close in proximity, which is amazing. And I don't have to rush, and I can just kind of, I mean, you kind of can rush if you want to, if you're that lazy of a college student. But I mean, I just really like it. I really enjoy it. And I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's a lot of fun that everything is just close by. People would like it to where they would live in apartments, that way they kind of have to go the distance. Personally, if it's right there, I'm literally looking at my food place right there, and I can just say, bam, it's right there. They have Starbucks, all this type of stuff. So win-win for me. Number three is the opportunities. for me, this school has not made it hard for me to be involved. It's so easy. They always post on their social media. They have all different types of social media outlets. They have Instagram, they have Twitter, they have Facebook, they have even Snapchat, where you can like know what's the into the school, whether there's different types of events, whether they host different types of events. I know that there's a lot of like karaoke coming up. I know there's a lot of like roller skating coming up in our school. I know there's gonna be a lot of like cultural fairs going on. I know that in last quarter we did, I think it was called ASI Friendsgiving, so there was a lot of like cultural clubs, you know, participating in that. I know that my specific cultural club, shout out to Lubos Paso, participated in that. So there's so many ways for you to be involved in particularly my college, but just in college in general. And I feel like the opportunities that they have given me and my roommate and all my other dorm friends is completely there. Even in the dorm, there are so many ways to participate, and even outside of the dorm, there are just so many ways to be involved in and inside and outside of the school. And I just really, really appreciated that and all that type of stuff. Number 4 pro is the freedom and independence to choose your own college schedule. The fact that I was able to be hooked up with advising immediately from the get-go of what to do when registration comes along. So in my school, they will have what's called the term, and then the year, and then registration. So they'll call it like winter 2020 registration / advising opens, and then they have a date when it closes. So all that type of stuff, they just have some of the best advisors and mentors to help you choose your classes and to help you kind of figure out when you're gonna graduate, your time stamp, and just all that type of stuff. Like, they really want to help you in choosing your choosing your classes in regards to your major, what will help you, what won't help you, what is worth your time and what's not worth your time. Particularly last quarter's advising for me was not very, it was kind of hard because I kind of had to figure it out, but because the appointments were just kept going and going. But when I did meet my advisor, I had so much more clarity on, what classes I should take, which classes I shouldn't take. And I just feel like they are there to help you. If you don't think that advisors and mentors are there to help you, they are there to help you. And they mean so much more when you're able to have more of a close personal relationship, because they get to know you, and they work with a ton of students, but they are able to help you and facilitate their advising plan and all that type of stuff to help you. It is meant to help you and to create a closer bond and create a closer relationship with your advisors and your mentors. Take advantage of them, because once they're gone, they're gone. I'm telling you, it's when you have to figure out classes, and it can be overwhelming, and trying to figure out what time, trying to figure out what to take and what not to take, what's worth it and what's not worth it, you're wasting your time. And I believe that time is of the essence, and when you ask people for help, they will help you. So that's what I suggest. It's really, really important that you go to advisors, your mentors. They help, even just at least once a quarter. You don't have to go with them every day. They're not gonna nag you. As long as during classes and during that class's registration period, they will help you. So, and number 5, pro, which is also a pro and a con in my opinion, this is for me personally, is the location. I love San Bernardino. The weather can be a little bit tricky, being that I'm not from here, so you kind of have to guess and guesstimate what the weather's gonna be like. I know that on my weather app, I always know when it's gonna rain or when it's gonna be sunny. Right now it's beautiful. I literally have a view of the mountains from my dorm room. I have a view of the mountains. I have a view of the endless amount of trees that circle San Bernardino, which I find so unique, because in San Diego, we have the hill, but then we also have the lake and the ocean view, and we have many surrounding trees. So I live in that type of community, which pretty much reminds me of home. So I feel like I'm not away from home. The difference is that I'm not seeing a hill, I'm seeing a mountain. And particularly in the beginning of the year, in January, it's still January, but I say the beginning of the year, the mountains here were white, meaning that they snowed a lot. And I just really was like, wow, Mother Nature is working its job. So for me, the location was good because I can literally see the mountains from my room, but then I will explain later into the cons why, for me personally as a San Diegan, I didn't really enjoy it. So I will get into that. So which leads me into my number one con, which is in close relationship with location, which is the weather. When they say that San Bernardino weather or SB weather is confusing, it is confusing. It's like bipolar San Diego. One day it's sunny, the next day it's rainy. One day it's windy, that go up to 65 miles per hour, and then it just increases to like a 90 miles per hour. There's just no winning. You kind of have to give and take with the weather, and it kind of sucks that you kind of have to guesstimate what to do when the weather is like this, and it kind of sucks. It really sucks, but I mean, you just figure it out. You figure out what to do, and you make the most of it. And for me in particular, I can recall many times throughout my fall quarter, not this quarter because it's died down a little bit, but when I say what they called fall quarter one hell of a quarter, they mean it, because particularly with San Bernardino, they experience what's called Santa Ana winds because it's kind of close to LA. So I remember where there were literally so many weeks in my fall 2019 quarter where it was just high winds. It was terrible to be outside. All the trees were going like this, all the different types of people that were walking outside, right? Because I could see all the people walking out my dorm room were having hoodies and just being blown by the wind. Like, I kid you not, it pretty much inhibited with daily function. That in San Bernardino, when it's windy, you don't want to be outside. Classes get canceled, and I don't mind when classes get canceled because there's no way you can walk outside. That's fine. The only thing is that it would lead to significant amount of what they call here brownouts or blackouts. The power would shut out. The dorm room here, the key, because you have a specific key to get in, wouldn't even work. So you had to prop the door open. There would be no lighting, there would be no air conditioning, nothing. You can't microwave food. So it was just a ton of like hassle and trying to be like, oh my gosh. And what's worse is that it was unpredictable. You wouldn't know what days and what weeks this would happen. So it went from this happening once every 2 weeks to almost twice a week that this would happen in my previous quarter, fall quarter. And so we just had to figure, my roommate and I were literally struggling, when is this gonna happen? Because we don't know, we're not from this area, so we literally were just like, what the heck is going on? We were just at the point where we were just like, this is frustrating, and we both want to know when things happen so we can be prepared. But every single time we felt like we weren't prepared because it just kept happening on times where we didn't have the tools to prepare ourselves. And mentally it's a lot, and it just completely, like, I don't know, it completely just brought down my mental health. It's weird, like you would think that high weather would bring down someone's mental health. I don't know, I just felt like it wasn't a situation that I was completely prepared for, and I felt in a very much lack of I want to be prepared in any situation. But you can't, you really can't. And I know that now, and I've learned that, and I know that now that there's many things that you can't do. And I'm complaining, and there's many people, let's say in the Midwest, who go through tornadoes all the time and they don't know how to prepare. So I completely, my situation and the situation that I went through is nothing compared to other people who go through many different types of weather related situations all the time. So all that type of stuff. I literally know people who are in like Chicago right now or in New York, and they go to school there and they have blizzards and all that type of stuff, and they cope through it. And I'm complaining, so I shouldn't be complaining, but back then it just felt like it was like the end of the world if these wouldn't correspond. And then when the power did come back on, it was a nice feeling, and then it just kept happening, and it delayed a lot of my professors when classes started, so the quarter seemed a lot longer than it actually was. And it really was just, it was not it. It really was not it. Like, there was a big X on how crazy the quarter was. But yeah, tea break. Okay, so second con is this one I don't know if I want to include, but I'm probably not gonna include this, but I just want to say that there's some good events, and then there's also some bad events. And I'm not gonna say bad as in terrible, but I just feel like I personally really didn't like it. And I mean, there's always room for improvement when my school in particular has events and all that type of stuff. And I mean, not everything is gonna be a hit. I mean, not everything is gonna be something that they enjoyed, but I think one of my favorite events that has happened so far is ASI Thanksgiving, which I've previously mentioned with my cultural club, which is Lubos Paso. And I think it was in November, and we had ASI, which is the like the student body of our school, of my school, and they planned this event. It was called Friendsgiving, and they had all different types of like culture events to give thanks for you know, just community and all that type of stuff. And I really enjoyed that. That was awesome. I know that my club, they did the tinikling and all that type of stuff, so it was a bunch of fun. I loved it. I took pictures. I'll probably insert pictures here and here and here on events like that. So it was a lot of fun. I really loved it. And yeah, it was just a ton of fun. I loved it. Number 3, I think I've already said this, is the location. I'm gonna explain the bad points of this. But San Bernardino obviously is 2 hours away from I live, and so if you guys don't know, I'm a commuter. So on weekends where I am not that busy, I commute back and forth just to bring stuff home, just to say hi to my parents, but then also like do stuff in general. So it's really different trying to figure out I don't know, be like if I would have chosen to go to a school in San Diego. I think I've already explained the backstory of why I chose to came here, but let me know if you guys want a video kind of down below, kind of explaining why I decided on the school that I did. And do you think if I think that life would have been different if I would have gone to college in San Diego and all that type of stuff? But I'll explain that in another video if you guys want, so let me know. A lot of my classes, there's a lot of construction, but in my previous high school too, there was a lot of construction going on. And for me, when it rains, it affects everybody. When there's high winds in the school, it affects everybody. But when it's sunny, when it's hot, nobody really cares. It's in the mountains, it's always hot. No one really cares, because it is the normal. High winds apparently now is the normal. And when it rains, people are just like, help! Like San Diego, whether it's San Diegans or San Bernardino, people from San Bernardino, or just like people who are from the area of San Bernardino, or just Californians in general, they're just not used to the wind. People know how to drive in the wind. People don't know, or in the rain, they don't know how to drive even when it just pours. People don't know. People don't know. So you gotta give Californians some slight of a break. All that type of stuff. So that's good. Wait. Number 4 con is my dorm's AC unit, but that's like a whole personal thing. That really has nothing to do with really the cons of college. But anyways, that's just a little minor thing. Now we're gonna hop into the next the next section of this video, which is expectations of college, and then the actual reality of college, the actual thing that actually happened. And I really think that you guys will benefit from it. So the expectations of college, that what I thought is that it would be a terrible living situation. I thought it would be too small of a space when dorming, which by looking at it, you don't even see this part of it, but I think I'll show you guys the whole of it, is that it's not bad. The expectation is that I would not make friends. Boy, did I tell you when I tell you that this is not true at all. Anyways, I wouldn't get along with my roommate. I would have harsh and unapproachable professors who were not at all helpful, and that I would be struggling financially. But the actually like crazy reality is that none of those expectations that I just listed were at all true. I am so glad to say that I am wrong, and the realities were is that I am in a newer building. So I live in a newer building, and it's been like over a year since they constructed this building, and it's pretty new. A lot of the facilities are pretty new here on campus, so which I really enjoyed. The food area is I'm literally looking at it right now. That is my view. When I first came in, I was not expecting that at all. So yeah, that for me was really awesome. Along with dorming is that I would have I actually have enough space to study, do chores, and sleep in, and still have a roommate. So that's pretty awesome. She's not here right now. She's back at home. But yeah, that's what I was not expecting, is that I have a desk space, I have an area to study, I have an area to do chores, and I have a good bed to sleep in right there. So that's what I thought I wouldn't have enough space. It would be too small. You honestly get what you pay for. So, you know, you make the most of your living situation. A lot of my friends say that it's too small, it's not enough. But for me, it's the idea that, you know, I grew up with a pretty big space and I'm pretty satisfied. So even if I were to live in a very small space, I love the idea of living on minimal items, and I love the idea that I left home a lot of the things that I don't need, or that if I need, I'll come back and can occasionally get it. Here, I only live 2 hours. What's 2 hours? You know, so if really needed, I will figure out. And I'm just that type of person who's flexible in any way. And you make the most of the situation, you really do. And it really is just, you're only going to be here for a couple more months, so you might as well enjoy it, you know? Don't worry about the whole space and the living situation. Just enjoy the people that you're doing it with, and that you're not alone in doing it, and that you have many resources and help to help you if you feel like the space situation is not accommodating your needs. So that's what I have to say for those of you who you're kind of hesitant on living in the dorms, is that it's going to be a huge change if you are so used to having such bigger things. But it's kind of nice to kind of stay humble and to live in a minimalistic situation, which I think really helps you build character, and I think pretty much enjoy. So the expectation is that I would not make any friends. Again, with the people and the whole friend situation, I've made so many and have met so many people on all different walks of life that I would have not even expect. I can't even count how many. Sometimes I forget their names because I've just met too many people. I can't. It's just be like, what's your name again? Like all that type of stuff. And usually I'm good with names, but I don't know. The expectation is that I wouldn't get along with my roommate, which is not at all true. I'm pretty sure my roommate and I have had so many different girl nights that we've spent, and just trying to get to know more about each other and all that type of stuff. And I love her to death. I love her so much. Shout out to Crystal Rivera. I'm gonna put her at here if you guys want to follow her. I mean, she's awesome. Love her. I just think that we're very similar, and that we come from different walks of life culturally, but we kind of have the same values, and we kind of have the same passion for school and drive and all that type of stuff. So I think God really put me in a place in my life where the people that I'm meeting are the people that I was supposed to meet, and in my first year, and just kind of getting that benefit out of that. So yeah, I love my roommate. I love her to death. I love all the people here too, even if people don't know it. But I occasionally say hi and all that type of stuff. But just know that they are my they are my hallmates. You know, you gotta show some kind of etiquette and respect. Also, I didn't put it on here. So many friends. I'm also very close to my RA. So my RA and I are awesome. I love her. She's also in the same club that I am in. She is awesome. She really cares, and I just really enjoy that and appreciate that as a first year, being that it's really hard to kind of open up. But I feel like just the whole college experience as in general has helped me open myself up. I usually am a very shy, introverted person, but I think since coming to college, I've stepped out of a shell that I never even realized, and brought myself out of a barrier that I never even realized, because of the clubs that I'm joining, because of the people that I've met. And that they say that when you meet people, they really help you bring you out of your shell. And I've really, really, really enjoyed that. And I've really, really enjoyed trying to, you know, discover myself. And that's really, for me, a benefit. And I've enjoyed that. I would have hard professors who are not helpful and or not approachable. Let me tell you that that is a lie. The professors that I've had so far are some of the most funny, most relatable, most approachable professors that I have ever had. They have made my transition in making and creating that one-on-one relationship with my teachers so much easier, and I completely am appreciative of that. I appreciate that they're willing to help you. They're willing to share their experience with you and know that you are not alone in anything, and that they have office hours for a reason. If you want to talk, they're there. I enjoy that. Just like my advisors and mentors, you also have professors that you can lean on if you are struggling academically or just struggling in general. I thought that I would be struggling financially, being that I'm a broke college student. I really don't have much money, but I spend within my means, and that I'm just so grateful that I have parents who support my passion for school and support my passion in getting an education. And I really, 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 really appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that. And I'm just so grateful that they're able to provide me with the resources that I have. And this video is just a whole, like, I cannot be more grateful and thankful for the place that I'm in, but it's so true. I really cannot explain to every single person who has gotten me to the place that I am. And I want to cry. I really want to cry, but I'm just so grateful. So and then the next section of this video, this is a very long video, I'm sorry guys, but overall thoughts and questions of college. Is college overall worth the investment? That is the number one question that I think that you guys would have being a college student. I would say, for me, I would say yes and no. For me, yes, because I've always known that I've always wanted to continue and further my education in college. I know that a lot of people they go to high school and then they drop out of college. And I personally, before, I used to be like, oh, why would you drop out of college? Is that hard? But now I kind of get why there's the percentage rates of college dropouts have been increasing in the past year due to financial situation, due to, you know, increasing pressure from the parents who aren't as supportive, just all that type of stuff. For me, there's a lot of reasons, but for me, I knew that I thought that college is the way, and just school in general is the way for me in order to advance my career further and my passions. And that I feel like if my plan B was to stick to a gap year and kind of just figure out myself. But for me, it wasn't really necessary, because I already knew that what I wanted to do in life, I want to become a public health educational teacher, professor, or I want to work in the department in the county working for public health resources and trying to figure out how best to benefit people both in all aspects of health. That is my passion in life, is to just motivate people to not only be healthy, but on ways on how to be healthy. And I really have a passion for that. Health science is a whole broad major, but I am specifically choosing public health and all that type of sorts, and I really enjoy that. And for me, that gap year wasn't really necessary, because a gap year is really for someone, in my opinion, that they're not really sure on where life would take them at all. And for me, I know where. I just want to be able to figure out how and how long that's going to take me. So for me, I thought that CSUSB has so many opportunities, and that this particular college gave me the major to carve my path But I originally came in here for the major. I came here and dormed here for the major to kind of pursue that. But little did I know that I would be taking classes that would further that interest for passion and health. And because of this one particular class, I'm not going to say the name and I'm not going to say the professor who teaches it, but I love it. And I love how this particular class really helped me discover my passion for health, but also learning about the different aspects of health scientifically, and just different, all the types of like, that there's a science behind the reason why health is important, and why as humans beings we should be able to take care of our health. It's important, and if we don't take into consideration all the different types of aspects of health, then it's like a scale. One is gonna balance out the other. So I really enjoyed like little like practical situations like that. And I'm someone who is not the best at math and science, but has a passion for health and practical things and learning about practical things, and I really enjoyed that. But at the same time, no, because financially it's a lot, but for me it's nothing compared to my high school. My high school was like $21,000 per year per student, so it's a lot. But if you think about college being worth the investment, I'm telling you it's worth the investment. So is dorming worth it? That's a big one. I would say yes, it's worth it for me, because I mean everything is in such close proximity. I really don't have to go anywhere. It really is all over campus. And even if I do want to go out of campus, I mean there really is many other ways that I could. But at the same time, dorming financially is a lot. Again, you pay a lot for tuition, you pay a lot for textbooks, you pay a lot for the food, you pay a lot for the dorm. That is a lot to take in. And if you're looking at it from a financial perspective, it is a lot. Trust me, it is an investment. But when I'm telling you that the investment is worth it, and that you're saying, why am I spending so much for a piece of paper? Trust me, that piece of paper will get you to places. And I know it's like a harsh reality to think like, oh, this piece of paper will get me places. That is very much true, and it's sad to say that it's true, but I mean, I know a lot of people who are struggling financially, and they weren't able to get the education because of financial reasons. And I feel like if you have such a passion and a drive for school but can't because of money, then that's where it becomes unfair, and it becomes very much so, oh, she went to college because she has the money, you know. So with the whole like like Lori Loughlin scandal thing, like I really don't want to get into it, but people go into college because they deserve it. They in so many ways deserve it, and they work their way to do it. But if you're bribing people, not to get into it, but I just feel like it's very much so kind of, I don't know how to say it, but beyond that, like people, the investment of a dorm is a lot, and apartments are a lot, particularly living in California. But it is worth it. I feel like it's worth it, and it'll take a second to kind of dig in as to why it's important, but for the future, I feel like it's worth it, and all that type of stuff. I'm not making any sense. I'm so sorry, you guys, but all that type of stuff. Next question is, was it hard transitioning from a small private school, single sex, to a co-ed big public university? And the answer to that simply is honestly no. It really took me a good 2 to 3 weeks to adjust to college, and then after that I was so used to it. Like, and the big contributing reason is that because I had a very big support system. I have a huge support system of dorm friends, my roommate, my mentors, my professors, and my cultural club, Lubos Paso, who helped that transition become so easy. My fam, who literally helped me adjust. And I can't even explain to you how grateful I am for that. Like, I feel like in a way I've had a very unique college experience, and I find that something to be very proud of. And I don't know, I just find that you're overthinking it if you think that you're overthinking it if you think that the transition from a small to a big would be difficult. But it really just depends on the person. It really depends on the mindset of the person. And yeah, how is the commute? Oh, the commute is brutal. Oh my goodness. San Bernardino traffic to San Diego traffic and vice versa, it's just exhausting. It physically is exhausting. Like, you go home on a Friday and then you come home back, or you come back like on a Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening. Whew, and then I'm the one who's driving it. Whew. Whew. Wow, it's a doozy. It's a real big doozy. But if you're willing to make the sacrifice and you're willing to say that it's worth it, I'm pretty sure it's worth it. It can be physically exhausting, but then also could be mentally exhausting, because in your head you're just like, I have so many things I have to do, so much homework, and then chores I still have to do. I have to do laundry, I have to do all this. Like, your mind just keeps having these racing thoughts, and it's a lot. It's a lot, but I mean, the back and forth of trying to get used to a dorm room, to your room again, is a lot. It's really a lot. Trust me, to a lot of commuters, I know my roommate and I do the exact thing, and we'll be doing it until the end of this quarter, until the end of this academic school year. It's a lot, but trust me, it's worth it. I feel like studies and science has shown that for those who live in two different households and do two different types of like spaces, are able to kind of have that light switch and immediately adapt. And I feel like that's what happened to me. So I really it's hard, but you're gonna get through it. Any drama? Now that people would say is the tea, alright, but any big drama? Not really. I feel like there wasn't big drama involving me. But there was a lot of people I know who were strung into very unnecessary drama. It affected them, and it's not worth it. It really isn't worth it. This isn't high school anymore. This is college. There are so many other things that are going on, and I feel like it's not worth getting into. Stirring the pot, not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not gonna get you anything. It's gonna get you attention, but then people snap like that. Like, it's really just drama that people just want to hold on to, and it really isn't. It's unimportant. It's not worth it. It's not even worth listening to if it's nothing so big. So people just want to be dramatic. People want attention, all that type of stuff. So not too much there. So you guys would think that there's going to be a lot on the tea section, right? Well, this is the tea. It's being sipped. Not much to say there. And then the last section, finally we made it to the last section. Last section of my video is tips on how to have a successful first quarter / year in college. I think I have 10 here, but I'm just gonna list them and kind of just explain. Number 1, don't be afraid to get involved. As I've said before, being involved is a big one. It kind of helps you. Being involved is what helps you create more memories on campus. It helps you be like, oh, do you remember when I did this, and do you remember when I did that? College is a time to discover yourself, to discover passions and interests that you like and want to be involved in. So by getting involved, you never would have known that passion unless you were involved. So don't be afraid to get involved. It really, really helps. And it also could help build your resume. It could also help have internships in the future. So do that, and do that while you're still in college, because especially it will just help you. It's for your benefit. It will really help you. Number 2, it's okay to ask for help and to have off days. This is a big one, because people don't think that college students don't have off days, and that college students are always about work and academics and all that type of stuff. Like, they're not well balanced, and they don't know how to be productive and all that type of stuff. Well, people who work office jobs and have jobs in general, just like college students, also have off days. They also are feeling like they're being put on the spot all the time. They're being overworked. They always they are feeling overwhelmed, and they feel like they can't wake up every day because everything that they're doing, balancing and being time management is a lot. Well, this is why we have resources on campus to help. This is why we have all that type of stuff. It's okay to take days off for yourself, to keep yourself mentally healthy and happy. It is okay. And let me tell you, when there are days that I've experienced this, there are days that I have experienced this, I felt like, is this worth it? Is it worth it? Why am I going here? Why am I here? I miss my family. I miss all that type of stuff. This is why I have pictures of them all the time to remind me, this is who I'm doing this is why I'm in college. This is why I'm in college. These are the people that have brought me here. These are the places and people and all that type of stuff who have helped me. I have a picture of my grandma here, smiling when I graduated high school. What more when I graduate college and all that type of stuff. So I think about it. I think about all these things all the time. And so it's okay to have off days, and it's okay to kind of reminisce and to feel like, what is the point, you know? So it's okay. Ask for help. These are the people who will help you. And have a roommate. When you vent to your roommate, when you vent to your dorm friend, I'm telling you, they will help you. They will help you. They will give you the best advice. Even just hugging them will literally, and crying will help you. How many times I've had college meltdowns and breakdowns, I'm telling you, is insane. Number 3, create close relationships with your RA or your residential assistant if you're dorming, and other professional staff members on campus. Again, creating that personal and close relationships with not just your friends, but everybody professional on your campus will help you. It's for your own benefit. College is to help you experience, not only create those experiences, but to meet people who will help you create those close and active experiences. And I really, really enjoy that. I really love how this campus does that. And you are involved, you have a voice, and that you should use that voice to say how you're feeling, to say on things that you feel like aren't being done enough on your campus, and use it. It's really important. It really is important. And I feel like this YouTube channel is very small. It really is just there. But I kind of like to just talk to a camera, all that type of stuff. So yeah, just create that close relationship. It really, really helps. I like it. It's awesome. Remember to breathe. Sometimes as college students, we forget that, you know, we're all just always at one place. We always get to hyperventilate, but then we don't take time to just meditate and to breathe. I know we all don't have time for that. People think that meditation is stupid, but I think as someone who's a health advocate, it's really important to put yourself before anybody else, to put your health and your sanity before anybody else. Because how are you gonna be able to go out there and experience the world if you don't feel like you physically and mentally are not in the right headspace to do so? So remember to breathe. And number 5 is also to take breaks. Take breaks. It's important. Even just little walking breaks, even just to like stand up, all that type of stuff is just so nice, because it really helps. It really helps. And I enjoy it. I enjoy taking days like this off just to kind of film like a YouTube video like this, to kind of like rant out how you feel, you know? People don't think that it's okay for anybody to have feelings. Feel it. It's all right. It is all right, my friends. My God. Oh my God. I've been talking for like 50 minutes straight, but number 6. Take everything you do in moderation and take it one day at a time. I find this to be so true. Creating lists like this helps. Having things done on your list helps. But when you realize that there is so much on your list that it consumes you, and it literally, you exaggerate your list and you don't have time, don't list it on your list. date your list and say, okay, on this day I will film YouTube video, I will go outside for a walk, I will blah blah blah, I will blah blah blah, right? I will get groceries, blah blah blah. But don't expect that all of this will be done in one day. When you feel like you've had enough on your to-do list, don't list it, because it will consume you. It will eat you up inside, saying that I did not do my to-do list. It is a lot for me to handle. I will not do this thing anymore. Trust me, it's a lot, but it will help you. It will help you feel more sane, feel more emotionally sane, mentally sane, all that type of stuff. Number 7 is do your best not to procrastinate, especially in classes you are not so good at. So everybody has weaknesses. Everybody has flaws. In academics in particular, I know that I'm not the best in math, so I do my best to put my best effort and to kind of concentrate more on that class, because I know that I'm not good in it. So if you keep procrastinating, it's just going to become a thing that lugs over your shoulders, and then again, that's where your mental health deteriorates. So it's not good. It's not good for you. As much as we want to say that we don't procrastinate, I personally am not a procrastinator. I feel like I am way too organized, that I overstudy or I overcompensate. But trust me, if you do procrastinate, this is all for you, the college procrastinators out there. Do try your best not to, but I know that there are days where you just want to hang out with people, you want to hang out by yourself, all that type of stuff. Trust me, it helps. Number 8 is give yourself a set routine to make it easier to adapt, and especially when you get up in the mornings, especially like if you want to get up early in the morning and sleep earlier at night. Again, this is has to do along with the to-do list and giving yourself time to breathe and relax. But then again, you also need to be able to have a set routine for yourself, saying at blah, I'll go to class, then I'll do this, then I'll get my Starbucks, then I'll blah, then I'll blah, then I'll blah. You know, it's all that type of stuff that if you give yourself a set routine, it's much more easier for you to adapt when you go on to 2nd, 3rd, 4th year, because you've been so used to routine that you've adapted since freshman year. So I went to a college prep high school, so I kind of implemented those like set routine type deals and to-do lists all beforehand, but then I kind of stopped junior year just because it got to be way too much. And so kind of try it for the next couple of months, see if you like it. If you don't think that you should just go with the flow, let the day go with the flow, it depends on the person. It really depends on the person. Register for classes ASAP. As soon as you hear that you get registration, register. It's important. You want to be able to get those classes that you want, so that way you can figure out ahead of time, what is my schedule. Like my schedule now, I will show you guys. It's on my habit tracker right here. I love this thing. Oh, I also wanted to give you an update on my habit tracker, by the way. I legit put in all of my weekly pages. I put in my vision for the year, and then I also put all the habits that I've had. I have all this checked out. So I wanted to show you guys like my schedule. So this is like my schedule for all this. So it looks like this. I literally created a schedule for myself, so I know what classes and what buildings they're on, what times they're in, so I know exactly. And then after that, now I've memorized my schedule. I know when I have classes, what times I have classes, what times I need to set up my alarm, so all that type of stuff. I know when to do it. So, and number 10, which is the last tip, is excuse me, I think I've said this before, but try to find a life balance and budget everything into moderation. Moderation is key. When you're able to find a life balance, you are able to kind of just know that you are an individual who can balance, who is able to kind of, you know, work, but then also hit the gym, work, but then also go to school, work, but then also have time with friends, work, but then also have a social life and all that type of stuff, be able to hang out. So it really is all about balance. In whether you're a college student or not, even just, you know, being an adult, you need to try to find balance. And it's a lot, because this is like the focal point of, I'm 19 now, but this is the focal point of teens right now, where you're not considered a child, you're not considered a teen, but you're also not considered an adult, you're considered a young adult. So you're kind of just figuring out, oh, what is the next path and what is the next step in life. But then also trying to find that life balance. It's hard. It's really, really hard being a college student, not having that job yet, kind of going to classes, and you want to say that, oh, I'll graduate in this blah 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 number of years, blah blah blah, but at the same time kind of just taking in college and soaking in the experience for what college is and all that type of stuff. So just try to find that life balance. It really, really helps. We all need to breathe. That's the main focal point. So yeah, I really hope that's basically it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think this video is officially going to be titled Things That I Have Learned in My First Quarter or Year of College / College Takeaways. That's a long title, but I'll pretty much shorten it. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really, 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 really enjoyed this video, and I kind of am glad that I remembered to film this video, because I completely forgot that I had this video in my drafts and in my Google Docs and my memories and all that type of stuff. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Much love, and I can't wait to see you. And I don't know if I have any more videos planned for this month, but probably in the next couple months I will have something planned. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video that I have planned, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Peace out.